Hey, Russell Hotels going live just for a couple minutes. You guys know how I do it. Today's the daily check-in. I know it's Thanksgiving Day, Thanksgiving Day Eve. I know I'm a little late, but I got things going on and people to talk to, people to see, things to do. And not that I lost track of time, it's just that I have things to do. So, I'm always gonna do the daily check-in. So whenever I get an available minute, I have to do it because I was running around all over town today, and that's not easy, right? So anyway, hey, I'm Russell of Hotels. Thank you for joining this quick little brief live called a daily check-in. I do this every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, barring any holidays. Of course, I won't do it tomorrow, and I'm not sure about Friday. We're gonna see what's going on Friday. So never know. I may do it, I may not, but bear with me. If not, I will definitely come back on Monday and do it again. So anyway, I do this. Well, I already said this, but I'm live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. So thank you guys so much for joining it. Let's see. Let me just make sure I have everything together here. This won't be long. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. I can't put a time on it because sometimes I get long-winded and I'm not sure, how long it's going to take. But I'm going to say about 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes, 30 minutes or less. Okay. 30 minutes or less. All right. So bear with me. And today, it's casual Wednesday, right? Because it's the day before Thanksgiving. And I just want to give a shout out to Palo Verde High School. That's where I went to school, right? You guys know I'm from Blythe, California, right? There's only one high school in Blythe, and they made it to and this is not like this is new, right? They made it to the CIF finals, although they lost. They had a great season, right? But they won the CIF maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So they're no stranger to going. It's just that they didn't win this time. Okay. But shout out to them. Great season. I got a chance to watch 2 games this year. One here in LA and then one back home in Blythe, right? So, okay. So Blythe has one high school. It's called Palo Verde High School, and they're the Yellow Jackets. Some people say that's a B. They say, oh, the Blythe Bees. I'm like, the Palo Verde Bees? No, it's a Yellow Jacket. Okay. In fact, look at my shirt. So I'm just, geared out today. Okay. So swagged out. So I got all my swag, all my Palo Verde High swag. Okay. So in fact, I have more high school swag than I do college swag. Is that a good thing? I don't know. I mean, this is where I'm from, right? I mean, I still go back here. I have not been back to my college in years and probably won't go back. But anyway, that's another story, right? That's another story. But anyway, I just want to let you guys know why I was wearing this today. Why am I repping this place called Palo Verde High School? It's because that's where I went to school, right? Grew up in Blythe, California. So just in case you did not know that, look up Blythe, right? And see what it is. It's not much out there, right? Farming community in the desert, in the middle of the desert, on the California-Arizona border. The Colorado River separates California from Arizona. Okay, so yes, grew up on the river, grew up hunting and fishing, all that kind of stuff. A lot of people don't believe that. They're like, you didn't grow up doing that. Yeah, actually I did, right? Okay, actually I did. All right, so anyway, enough of that, right? So there you go. I just want to let you guys know why I'm wearing this. But today, did I say we're live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook? And you can make comments. So feel free to make comments. Is this the day to make comments? Yeah, any day is a good day. It's all about engagement. I appreciate people coming on. I appreciate people just supporting the show. I do. I also do a show called On Air with Russell of Hotels. It's a live hospitality talk show, just like this one, but everyone's talking about that one, right? Everyone talks about that one. I did show number 320 yesterday. So if you didn't check it out, the replay is there, just like this show will be on the replay. So if you don't check it out live, I mean, I would love for you to come on or check it out live and make comments. But, if your schedule does not permit, that's all right. Just go and check out the replay because the replay will be on the same platforms from now until, okay, to the end of time. Okay, so I'm not deleting anything. Okay, so anyway, anytime I do one of these shows, I'm always going to showcase a hotel or a destination. The other day or yesterday, I think I showcased a hotel and a destination. Today, I think it's just a hotel. Can't remember what it is, but we're going to find out what it is because we're going to get to it. Oh, before that, check this out. Okay, so before I get into it, I got this package the other day. Okay, now you guys know, maybe you don't know, I'm big on opening packages on air. okay? Because I appreciate people sending me things, okay? So I get this package and I'm like, okay. So I got the package and this is the package right here. It's already, I opened it, right? But I didn't read the card yet. And it's from Kara Clark in Virginia Beach, Virginia. I'm like, okay, now do I recall a Kara Clark? And I said, well, I think it's someone I met at one of the conferences that I went to. So, because you have one-on-one appointments, and sometimes they send packages or whatever. So I'm thinking that's what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna read it right now, though. Right. So you see the envelope. Okay, it's written out to me, Russell Edmond. Oh no, it says thank you. Excuse me. Is that what it says? No, it says my name. Right. Yeah, it says my name. Russell Edmond. Okay. I even have my glasses on. Oh, this says thank you. This says thank you. Okay. So anyway, it says thank you. Oh, here's a business card from the Cavalier Resort. Yes, I did meet with her. Okay. Cavalier Resort in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Okay. It says, Russell, it was a pleasure meeting you in Knoxville. Enjoy the gift. Kara. Okay. That's simple. That's simple and to the point. Okay, this is the package. Okay, I don't know what it is. Is it a coffee mug? I'm not a mug, but one of those. I don't know. Let's take a look. Aren't you guys excited? I'm excited too. And it's almost Christmas. It's almost my birthday. So okay, a little swag. Okay, little Cavalier Resort. Little cup. I can have my tea in the morning with this now. Thank you so much, Kara. I appreciate that. I drink tea every morning, right? And I make my own chai, right? It's kind of like I make my own lattes. Okay, so I get, I don't drink milk, right? So it's non-dairy creamer. It's a little thicker than like almond milk or oat milk would be, and I mix it like I'm at Starbucks, making a latte. Okay, so whatever the tea is, I make a latte out of it, and this would be great for that in the morning. So thank you so much. It's a Yeti. It's a Yeti. So once again, shout out to Kara Clark. Appreciate you. I don't take this stuff lightly. And that, in fact, that's why I'm sitting here showcasing it on air, because I don't take this lightly. I appreciate when people take out of their busy time, their busy schedules to mail me something. And I did meet with her. I love their resort. And hopefully I can take something there in the future. Virginia Beach, Virginia, Cavalier Resort. So check it out. Kara Clark. Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate you for sending that over. That's cool. See, and I'm glad she mailed that, because I hate to say this, right? Because a lot of times we go to these shows and we have these one-on-one appointments, and they load us down with a lot of things like this. And you have to pack this stuff, right? You have to pack it with you. You have to, put it in your luggage. And I'm already close to being over the poundage, the limit, poundage. Is that a word? Poundage? I don't know. The weight limit. Okay. I'm always close to the weight limit, right? And sometimes some of these things, because she wouldn't be the only one that would give me these things, right? Other people would as well. But sometimes I decline. I say, you know what? Unless you can mail the stuff to me, I can't take it with me. So I appreciate her listening and mailing this. So thank you so much, Kara. I do appreciate it. So there you go, right? So I just wanted to make sure I did that. So anybody that sends me something, just bet that I'm going to unveil it on this show, okay? And just remember, over 60% of the people that watch this show will actually look up Cavalier Resort in Virginia Beach, Virginia. I don't know why that is. They just do, right? So here you go. You may be traveling in that, part of the United States. You may need a resort to stay in. So boom, there you go. So anyway, okay, let's move on. Okay, so every time, like I said, every time I do a show, I'm always going to showcase a hotel. So today is Coronado Island Marriott Resort and Spa. Okay, 300 guest rooms, 44,871 square feet of meeting space. And that's indoors and outdoors, because they have great space outside overlooking the harbor into San Diego, right? So for people that don't know, Coronado Island is maybe, I don't know, is it maybe 3 miles over the bridge from San Diego? If you know San Diego, If you love San Diego, you will love Coronado because Coronado is a smaller version of San Diego, right? Much smaller version. And hotels are intimate, service is great, and you get the best of both worlds. You still get the views of San Diego, the weather of San Diego, but you're in Coronado, which is right across the bay. So it's its own separate city, own destination, everything. So there you go. And shout out to Miss Shari Stauder. She's with is it called is it Destination Coronado? What is it called? Visit Coronado. Yeah, thank you so much. Shout out to Shari Stauder. Okay, so she's my contact over there. So if you need a contact in Coronado, just reach out to Shari and say Russell sent you. Okay, there you go. Shari Stauder. Okay, there you go. So we went to a fam trip. I attended a fam trip some months ago. Maybe it was I can't remember when it was. Some months ago. Let's just say some months ago. And this is one of the hotels that we checked out that we were able to tour, have breakfast there, and just a great hotel, just a great option for your groups. Okay, 300 guest rooms, 44,000 square feet of meeting space, overlooking downtown San Diego. You can't beat that. You cannot beat it. In fact, I think I have one photo. So this is a guest room here. Well, this is one king size bed, and I don't know if you can see, but I can see that it overlooks this. The view from this room is of San Diego or the harbor. I can't even speak today. And this is a double, and this looks like these look like double queens. Double queens. So very nice. Echo, this is our breakfast. And the breakfast, see the bridge in the back? You can see the Coronado Bridge right there in the back. Isn't that great right there? I didn't even realize that I captured the essence of the bridge in this photo. You see that? And you see everyone looking at their phone, right? Supposed to be having breakfast and having a conversation. Everybody's looking at their phone. True meeting planners right there. Okay, there you go. Those are meeting planners. They're, planning meetings even when they're on a fam trip. Okay, so they gotta stay connected. So everyone's looking at their phone. I didn't even notice that until I just looked at that. This is part of the food they had. One thing I was not too fond of, they didn't have a lot of options for me. Okay, but that's okay. I know I'm just one person that doesn't eat meat or anything like that. I got this vegan thing going on. They didn't have a lot of options for me. That was it. They did have fruit. Okay, so that was it. Okay, so I'm good with fruit, right? But just throwing it out there. And you can see the Coronado Bridge more clearly from here, right? So you can see that it was just a beautiful day. A beautiful day in Coronado. This is one of their meeting rooms, and you can see NEC projector. Okay, little AV going on there. Pool area. Okay, very nice, resorty kind of feel, if you will. They have a pickleball. They have, I want to say, maybe about 8 pickleball courts. So, for team building and things like that, I think it'd be ideal. I would love to be in a pickleball tournament. I think I'd be so competitive. People would be pissed off at me. Don't invite Russell to play because even if he loses, he's gonna be, making a scene. You know what I mean? Even if he wins, he's gonna be making a scene. I'll be, yeah. But anyway, I just learned how to, in fact, I learned pickleball at this hotel, right? Because that was part of the kind of I don't know, an icebreaker or whatever. They had a pickleball pro who was teaching teaching our group how to play pickleball, how to keep score, all that kind of stuff. So it was actually kind of fun because I had never played before. I always wanted to, but that was the first time I did. So I have fond memories of Coronado Island Marriott Resort and Spa. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. So this is from the hotel, right? You can see downtown San Diego from there. I'm not sure if you can see the ballpark. I can't really see, but the ballpark is over there where the San Diego Padres play. You see the Rady Shell right there. Is it the Rady Shell? I think that's like an outside amphitheater that they have, that they play music and concerts and all kind of stuff there. So it's right, I think you can take like one of those water taxis across if that's what you want to do, or maybe you can charter a yacht to take you and your group across to the Rady Shell or to downtown or to the convention center, which is over there as well. So very convenient, right? A lot of possibilities there in San Diego. So I love it. I love San Diego. Who doesn't love San Diego? Who doesn't love San Diego? Okay, so there you go. So the topic, okay. So I have just a brief topic, okay. So I was having this. It wasn't even a conversation the other day, um, and I didn't even know this even existed, but I was so happy to hear about it. Right. So I get an email or a text message from a friend of mine, someone I used to work with, a colleague and friend, right? Ernesto Alonso. Okay, so he's a assistant director of sales at the Hilton Universal City, right? Universal City is next to Hollywood, part of Los Angeles, not too far from, right at the foot of Universal Studios Hollywood, right? You know, the theme park, Universal Studios. So him and I used to work, we worked together at the Sheraton, which is right below. I mean, literally, there's an elevator that takes you right below, and it will take you to the Sheraton, right? So these two hotels are together along with Universal Studios. So he sends me this thing to check out, right? So I checked it out, and I didn't know that there was some synergies going on, and synergy is a good thing, right? There's some synergies going on between the Sheraton and the Hilton, which are right next to each other. Like I said, right next to Universal Studios, right? So it's kind of its own destination, if you will, right? Well, they took this. I mean, this is. I think this is phenomenal. I think this is great. Okay, this is what only reason why I'm bringing this up. It's like marketing gone wild, branding gone wild, right? So I don't know who was in charge of this, who was the brain trust behind this. I'm sure it was a collective thing, but to come up with this brand called the Hill Los Angeles, which encompasses the two hotels, the Sheraton and the Hilton, and Universal Studios, right? So for groups, because I think one hotel has 450 rooms, the other one has, I think, over 400. Yeah, I'm gonna say there's probably between the two hotels, there's probably close to 1,000 rooms, probably between 900 and 1,000 guest rooms. Okay, which means you can, done right, you can get bigger groups, right? For both hotels, you can share groups. They can have general session here at the Hilton, and then some breakouts over at the Sheraton or whatever the heck it is, right? Because they have, I think, joint together over about 1,000 guest rooms and probably close, if not exceeding, 100,000 square feet of meeting space. Okay, so how many groups could it handle? It could handle a lot of different groups, a lot of associations, government groups, or whatever, maybe even some sport groups. The the possibilities are endless, right? But it all came from someone's idea to form this thing called the Hill Los Angeles, okay? To brand it the Hill Los Angeles. So they don't say the Sheraton or the Hilton or Universal. They branded it, co-branded it the Hill Los Angeles, which means both of those properties and a theme park, an amusement park right next door, right? And City Walk as well, right? Which is outside of Universal, which is, a lot of shops and restaurants and things like that. So I thought it was brilliant, right? I didn't, I had, I'm so speechless. I can't even get it out. I had not heard of this, right? Until he mentioned this to me yesterday. See, that goes along with, you think people know everything, Russell of Hotels, you would think I would know this, but I didn't know that this even existed. Now, remember I said I used to work at the Sheraton, right? I was the director of sales and marketing there. Now, it's not common that hotels would work together like this. I'm all for it, right? I just remember just trying to, forge a relationship with at least Universal Studios, if not with the Sheraton. I mean, if not with the Hilton, right? But, sometimes management companies get in the way, or general managers don't really understand the value of that, of keeping everything kind of in the area. You know what I mean? Instead of, losing it to downtown Los Angeles, why not keep everything there? And that makes sense, right? That makes all the sense in the world. But you'll be surprised, people on the outside of hotel industries, you will be surprised that a lot of people don't want to work together. A lot of, hotels have, a lot of hotel management, they have their own egos. Like, oh, why do I want to do that? I want the business for myself. So they would rather lose a piece of business than bid on it together. I mean, it's crazy to me, right? So whoever the brain trust was about this or around this, I'm sure the GMs got involved. I'm sure the director of sales and marketing, got together and said, hey, this is a great thing to keep things on the hill, because it's literally on a hill, right? In fact, before I worked there, I would drive by that hotel every day on my way to another hotel, right, which was in Studio City, saying to myself, one day I'm going to work on that hill. I used to say that. I would drive by there on the 101 freeway and I would say, I'm going to work there one day. And it did happen, right? It was a disaster, but I did work there. Oh, so I'm happy. I bring this up to say I'm happy. I'm so happy that one, from a branding aspect, I think that's great marketing. Okay, great branding. Like I said, whoever idea this was is great. So kudos to you. Congratulations to whoever did that. I want them on the show, right? I want them to come on the show, just so we can talk about this, talk about their brand, what kind of groups they're looking for, how many what size groups, what's their sweet spot, what are they looking for. I mean, this, like I said, this is something I think this is good. I think it's definitely something that will work, and it's definitely something that other hotels can learn from. And yeah, they definitely just learn from this and apply some of these same principles, because if you're like remote, just like these two hotels are, in Universal Studios area, on top of a hill, away from downtown, because sometimes we would lose business to downtown properties, because if you would play together, you would get more business. You get more business playing together than you would, fighting and having attitudes and letting the business go, because if I don't get it, well, no one's going to get it. It's not about that. It's about, there's a lot of business out there, but sometimes we lose it because of, we don't want to work together, right? So I think that they're probably getting more business now because they do work together, because they've created some synergies and everyone has a common interest. And the common interest is hospitality, taking care of the client, coming together, because it's better to be together than apart. You know what I mean? So there you go. So I just wanted to bring it up. I didn't want to spend a lot of time on that, but because I want to have someone come on, hopefully a representative from the Hill, Los Angeles, will come on and talk about it in detail, about how this came about. And like I said, what groups they're looking for, what's the sweet spot for that? Because like I said, I'm all about promoting and elevating brands, right? And I would love to have them come on and elevate that brand, because just like I didn't know that this even existed, a lot of people don't know it exists, right? And the more we talk about it, the more visual things we see, just like I just showcased, the Marriott in Coronado Island, the same thing, right? You may not have known about the Hill, right? You may not have known that you have a possibility of two hotels working together, okay? And then you have a world renowned theme park or amusement park right next door, and all the possibilities with that, doing things in the studio lot, or doing things in the sound stage. And I used to think about that stuff when I worked there. I was trying to get a basketball group, like the basketball tournament, to come and utilize Universal Studios, their sound stages, and set up for basketball, right? I was trying to get Nike to do that, right? And I wasn't there long enough to see it into fruition, but I had that idea, right? Have a basketball tournament here. We had two hotels there. You had the Hilton, you had the Sheraton. Of course, we weren't together at that time, but I would have let them know, hey, we're having this tournament here, and there's going to be an influx of rooms and whatever. They're going to have it at one of the sound stages or a couple sound stages on Universal. I mean, that would be great. Has that been done? I don't think that's been done. So somebody can, take that and run with it, right? But I had back then I had a contact with Nike, and I was getting shoes and all that stuff. Anyway, I don't even know why I said that, but yeah, so the possibilities are endless when you work together. Okay, when you work apart, when you're doing your own thing, you don't even come up with these ideas. You don't. So once again, shout out to the people at the Hilton Universal and the Sheraton Universal to creating that synergy and forming the Hill Los Angeles. So find this, or how do you find this? Go experiencethehill.com. That's their website, right? Experiencetheheal.com. And you can see it right. Where's that? Right there. Bing, 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 bing. Right there. So check it out. And like I said, I think that's genius that someone came up with that. And I can talk about this forever, but once again, it's about the brand. It's about elevating the brand. It's about working together. It's about forming your own community, your own destination. Yeah, a destination within a destination. Okay. So you got Los Angeles, you got Hollywood as their own destinations, but now you have the Hill with Universal Studios, with the Sheraton Universal and the Hilton. And you got City Walk there too. Oh my God. Possibilities are endless. I can see a lot of associations going there. I can see a lot of, oh my God. Just the possibilities are endless. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. And I know I went a little, how much time? Oh, I said 30 minutes. I'm at 26. So we're good. Okay, so my last slide is happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you so much for your support. Enjoy your time off tomorrow if you do have time off. It's all about family. It's all about gratitude and being thankful for what we have. We always say, "Oh, I don't have this. I don't have that." Well, what do you have, right? Be thankful for what you do have, not what you don't have. Okay. So yeah, there you go. Words from Russell of Hotel. So anyway, have a great Thanksgiving, have a great weekend, and we'll see you back on Monday, maybe on Friday. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure about that, but definitely on Monday, we'll be back here. I think 10 o'clock. Hopefully Tiffany will be able to join us on Monday, and we'll go from there, right? So daily check-in. Remember, daily check-in Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. In fact, let me just make sure you get all my information. You have questions at all? Email me. See my email right here, down there somewhere. Russell at russellofhotels.com. That is my email. What else? What else? My blog. Any information that I have, any like in the form of topics or whatever, they will be on my blog. Just go russellofhotels.com and just go to the drop down menu. It says blog. Hit that button. Bing. And all my information just pops up. And then follow me on IG. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please do so. You don't follow me on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. And of course, LinkedIn. So if you're not on LinkedIn, if we're not connected, just connect with me, right? This is what happens. Normally people go and check out my profile, right? And if we're not connected, I make sure I at least make the first step. So if you come to my page, because I have the paid version of LinkedIn, right? Well, I know that you're looking at my page, right? Okay. There's a paid version and a non-paid version. The paid version allows you to see who's, checking you out, who's kind of stalking you, you know what I mean? Who's being a creeper, okay? So yeah, so I know that you're there. So just go ahead and connect with me because I'm gonna connect with you, right? So if I connect with you, hopefully you're gonna reconnect with me. I'm not here to sell anything. I'm not one of those people that you're gonna get an instant message saying that, hey, thank you for this. Check this out, and I'm selling this. No, I'm not selling anything, right? I'm here to assist with visibility for hotels, for anything hospitality, right? It's all about visibility, uplifting your brand, elevating your brand. And it's just about talking things hospitality, right? Just talking in a way that no matter what industry you're in, there's some bits and pieces for you to take. In fact, I just talked to Jim Schichter. Okay, so Jim Schichter, we're friends now, of course. I guess we've always been friends, but I used to work for him with Broughton Hotels, and we've kept in touch over the years, right? So I left there in 2013, and this is 25, right? And we still talk, we still communicate. And he's still in the industry, and of course, I'm still in the industry as well. So we just had a conversation maybe about an hour ago, and we're just catching up and stuff like that, or whatever. And the thing that came up was so Jim was responsible for me being a general manager, right? And I always joke about he held a gun to my head and told me I needed to be a general manager, right? Well, he didn't quite do that, but it felt like he strong-armed me, right? And made me be a GM. Now, It was an experience, right? I didn't like it. I didn't like it, but it was an experience, and that's what it's all about, right? So, shout out to Jim Shikta. I thank you so much, and shout out to your wife for watching my show. I do appreciate it and supporting me. Over the 320 episodes that I've done, right? But no, although the GM thing was not my cup of tea, I am glad that I did it. I am glad that I have that experience, right? Because if I didn't have that experience, there'd be things that I couldn't talk about on this show, right? I probably would not have even started the show if I didn't have that experience being a general manager, because that comes along with other stuff, right? Now I was in sales and did some, did the marketing thing, did the operational thing, but when you get to be a GM, that's a whole different thing, right? Now you're responsible for every damn thing. Okay. So it did come with it came with challenges, like all positions do. They always come with challenges, but it was a lot of learning, right? A lot of learning. The learning curve was great, and I appreciate that, right? So yeah, so no, I may not have liked it, but the experience that I got, I wouldn't trade the experience for anything, right? But I'll never go back. I'll never go back. So anyway, that is it. You guys have a great day. Happy Thanksgiving. Like I said, it's 31 minutes now. See, I said I was going to be less than 30 minutes. So now Jim got me telling stories and now I'm over. So anyway, you guys have a great day, great evening. Happy Thanksgiving.